Hey, before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to put some timestamps down below because the video drags on a little bit in parts. There's not much I can do about that just because of the nature of this video. So if you don't want to just see me going through various games, I'll put some timestamps below where you can skip ahead to different parts to learn more about this. Otherwise, let's get started. So if you saw July's pickups video, you'll know that I got one of these in. It's a 48 2-in-1 Nintendo DS multi-cart. This is one that I ordered back at the end of March, beginning of April, but due to the global situation, I just got it in towards the end of July. So we're gonna open this box up, see what's inside, plug it into my Nintendo DS, and see what it has. So the box itself is just a standard DS type box. It's clear instead of black, and it's probably a little thicker, but I like the fact that on the back it's got Nintendo of America's address and an E for Everyone ESRB logo. You know that these are not sanctioned by either. I mean, we already know how these carts work, but let's see what's inside. Oh, so interestingly enough, it's a DS cart that is in its own little casing here. And it says Nintendo New 3DS, but this is definitely not a 3DS cart, at least not in terms of its shape or color. Let's open up the little case here. And lo and behold, it's actually got an SD card slot on here. So is this like an R4 clone? If so, there are going to be some things that I'm going to have to do to prepare for it because of some of these R4 cards, maybe the clones. I don't know if it's the legit ones or just the clones, but I guess they have like a time bomb on them so they don't work past a certain amount of time. But we'll find out. It's got a red PCB, which is interesting. I don't think any official 3DS game ever had that. How big is this SD card? 8 gigs. So it's just a generic Midas P, whatever brand that is. So I'm going to do some quick research on this just to make sure that this doesn't have a time bomb on it, because otherwise it'll be useless. So I'll be right back. So apparently this might just be a clone of an Ace 3DS multi-cart flash cart. So we'll take a look and see if that is the case here. Hopefully there are no time bombs on there, but I won't know for sure until we boot up. Now let's see. Oops. Let's see if I have enough juice in here or not. Now, if some of the games on here are for the 3DS or higher, then yeah, they won't work obviously, but it says no DS card inserted. Let's turn it off and back on again and see what happens. Oh, look at that. Ace 3DS Plus. Famicom, Super Famicom, so there might be emulators on here, but they probably won't run on here. I'll probably use this on my 3DS, but we'll see. Oh, here we go. Sorry for the glare. There's not much I can do about that. These screens are reflective. It does seem to load. That's for sure. Let's reboot it, and it reboots back to the H3DS menu, which is good because some of these multi-carts just reload the previous game. So now I have absolutely no idea if all of these games are real, but at least some of them are. If you think this game is boring, it's because you're boring. What the heck is this? No idea. Seems to start at the beginning, though. It doesn't remember your last game. But it looks like it's working so far. I still have to do some more research to see if whether or not this has any sort of time bomb on it. But at least for now, it seems to work. So let's check out a couple more games on here and see what else we can find. Let's take a look and see if there are any ROMs on here or not. Probably not. Doesn't seem like I can select these. Some sort of edutainment game, kid game? No, thank you. In fact, a lot of these seem to be just younger kid type games. Well, not all of them. Sega Casino, I'm pretty sure, is not intended for children. Oh, there's menus on here. Interesting. Ooh. Let's explore this menu a little bit. Okay, interesting. Cheats. Various plugins, probably for the different emulators. Different languages. Just where you can put the themes in. Does seem to have 482 games on here. Again, whether all of these are legit or not, I don't know. I'm not going to go through each one, but everyone we've played so far at least seems like they could be legit games. Try one more. Actually, go back into settings, see what else we've got. And that's really it. Oh, reset end game. Well, there we go. It's like if we had a GBA multi-cart, we could boot off of that as well. I don't, so... Well, not one that's going to be supported by this anyway. It seems like most of these games are just whatever they grab. It seems like all the good games are going to be towards the beginning, or they're going to be so scattered about that it's going to be, really difficult to go through them all without literally going through every single page on here. It's like some sort of Intellivision multi-game release. I don't know. It looks like they did release one, so all right then. Well, as with all the other multi-cart demonstrations, it's legit in terms of it containing a bunch of games and stuff, but it's not legit in terms of it being legal, obviously. There's no way that this is licensed by Nintendo in any way, shape, or form. So it's one of those buyer beware situations, especially if you're not into, ROMs and things like that. The other concern I have is that there seems to be some conflicting information out there on whether or not the ACE firmware has a time bomb built in or not. So you're taking a chance there as well too. You might only have a limited amount of time before the cartridge stops working, although I would hope that it's not a physical lockout and that you just need to reflash some firmware or anything like that. But you know, as far as the value goes, it's there. I can't recommend it, again, based on the legality of it. So same as before, I know, but what's nice about this though, again, is because of the fact that it has an SD card on there. You can add games to it, remove games, what have you. You know, if you've got your own games that you've dumped, you want to add to this, go for it. It looks like a cheaper alternative to an R4 card or an official Ace card. This is probably just a clone of the Ace. It's probably not a legit Ace, unless they get them so cheap that they can just slap a new label on them, but it is what it is. I haven't seen any 3DS games on here, so I'm not going to bother testing this on there. It'll probably work in DS mode, so it's, you know, not worth testing it. But if I do find any 3DS games on here, I'll test it out, and if there's anything noteworthy, I'll post up a follow-up. Otherwise, hope you liked today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment below. If you haven't yet, subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, that thumbs down button is there too. Just, if you hit that one, please leave a comment so that I know why you didn't like the video, and I can try to use that to make improvements going forward. Thanks all, and I'll catch you later.